Guys, and welcome to City Geek. Today we'll be talking about the southwest city of Albuquerque. This land of enchantment metropolis has an interesting history and a few unique surprises. Let's get to it. I always like to start by quickly exploring how a city wound up being where it is today. Albuquerque is one of the oldest cities in the United States. In the 13th century, the area was settled by the Tiwa people. About 300 years later, the Spanish conquistador Francisco Coronado visited the area during his expedition, but it wasn't for another 60 years that the area was settled by Spanish colonists. Those colonists were driven out during the Pueblo Revolt in 1680, but returned and resettled 12 years later. In 1706, the community was designated as a royally chartered town, and it was named Albuquerque, after the Duke of Albuquerque, back in Spain. The first R in the city's name was eventually dropped, making it just plain old Albuquerque. Plazas were built soon after, and the largest one actually still stands today as Albuquerque's Old Town, which I'll talk more about in a minute. The town was eventually passed to Mexico in 1821 and then to the United States in 1846. Over the past few centuries, the settlement has grown into a relatively large city. With a population of 560,000, the city is the 32nd largest in the country and 4th largest in the Southwest behind Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Tucson. There are about 918,000 people that live in the city's larger metro area, which is the 61st largest in the country. Now, I've got a lot of love for Albuquerque, but I have to admit that the skyline really leaves a lot to be desired. The average height of the tallest 5 buildings is only 259 feet. Much smaller cities like Peoria, Illinois, and Jackson, Mississippi even have taller skylines. The skyline is, however, still taller than its southwest rival Tucson. Albuquerque's tallest building is the 359-foot-tall Albuquerque Plaza office tower, which was built in 1990. When friends have asked me what to do in the Duke City, I usually lead by telling them where they should eat. The city has amazing food if you can handle some heat. The blend of Native American and Hispanic cultures in the city make for great food options like Navajo tacos and sopapillas. But the foods synonymous with the city and the state are chili peppers. Fresh green chilies are a staple of the food scene here, and you have the option to have them on almost anything. They're even an option at Subways. One of my favorite foods in the city is actually green chili pepperoni pizza. I'm not of the opinion that green chilies work on everything, but boy, do they work on pizza. They are also delicious on burgers. Albuquerque is home to the longest aerial tram in the Americas at 2.7 miles in length. The tram goes up to the crest of the Sandia Mountains overlooking the city. As a quick side note, the Sandia Mountains are a beautiful backdrop to the city. They're one of the best aspects of Albuquerque in my opinion. The rocks have a pink color to them that is especially noticeable when reflecting a famous New Mexico sunset. The tram only has 2 support towers, which gives it the 3rd largest span, or distance between supporting structures of any tram in the world. The top of the tram has a restaurant and shops with a great view of the Rio Grande Valley. When I was going through the city's history, I mentioned the Old Town Plaza. This plaza dates back to the Spanish founding of the city. Old Town consists of about 10 blocks of historic buildings surrounding the central plaza. One of the landmarks of Old Town is the famous San Felipe de Neri Church. Most of the buildings house restaurants and shops. If there is one thing the city is known for, it's its hot air balloon fiesta. The Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta is the largest hot air balloon festival in the world. There are usually over 500 balloons. I've participated in the event myself, and I've got to say that it's truly breathtaking to see so many